Hello everybody, welcome you all to the online class of Dr. Khastagir Government Girls High School. I am Moshfeka Akther Chowdhury here, and our today's class is for class 10 students and the subject is English second paper. So let's get started. Okay, look at the picture on the screen. What do you think, girls? Are they similar? No, they are not similar, they are different. These are the pictures of baby girls, and the first one is a picture of a young girl. The second one is the younger, and the third one is the youngest. Okay. Now, can you guess what we are going to read today? Yes, our today's class is English second paper for class 10, changing sentences, and the topic is comparison of adjectives, that is degree. After we have completed the lesson, we will be able to identify three forms of adjectives, change the degree of adjectives in sentences, complete exercises on changing sentences, complete gap filling activity using degree of comparison. Dear students, before going through the comparison of adjectives, we have to know what's an adjective. Can you remember what's an adjective? Yes, the words that comes before a noun and modify it, that is, gives extra information about it, it's an adjective. And as we all know, adjective has three forms: positive, comparative and superlative. So let's have a short description of these three forms. So the first one is positive degree. So what's a positive degree? Use of adjective without comparing is positive degree. For an example, we can say she wears colorful dresses. Here colorful is a positive form of adjectives. Then comes comparative degree. Use of adjective to compare two things or persons, we use comparative degree. For an example, we can say that this time the girls are bigger than the previous year. My dear students, look at this sentence. We have an underlined word, that is bigger. Bigger is a comparison. Bigger express the comparison, okay? So it is a comparative degree. Here comes superlative degree. Dear students, can you guess what's a superlative degree? If we use an adjective to show the best or the worst, then it's a superlative degree. For example, we can say January is the coldest month in Bangladesh. Dear student, look at the sentence. Here there is an underlined word, that is coldest, and coldest is the superlative form of degree, okay? Dear students, we have a chart here of different types of degrees. Look at the word bright. If we add er at the end of it, it will be brighter, and it's a comparative form. Again, if we add est at the end of the word bright, the word will be brightest, and it's a superlative form of the word. In this way, we can say low, lower, lowest, far, further, furthest. The word good is a little bit different. The comparative form of good is better and the superlative form is best. Again, there is a word beautiful. We have to add more before the word to make it comparative and most to make it superlative. So, the comparative form of the word beautiful is more beautiful and superlative form of it is most beautiful. Thus, we have to know different form of degrees to use it properly in sentences. Now we will practice changing degrees in some sentences and we will follow the rules about them. Our first sentence is, oranges are not so delicious as mangoes. Dear girls, can you tell me what's the form of degree in this sentence? Here, adjective is delicious and it is in positive form. So the sentence is in positive degree. Now think about one thing. Can you write this sentence in this way? Mangoes are more delicious than oranges. Here we use more delicious in the place of delicious. And now the sentence is in comparative form. So if we want to change a positive degree into a comparative degree, we have to change the positive form of adjectives into comparative form and rearrange the sentence according to it. Okay. Again, we have another sentence. A tiger is stronger than a dog. Dear girls, what's the degree of it? Yes. Because of the word stronger, we can understand that it is a comparative degree. And if we want to make it positive, we have to use strong instead of stronger. So, a dog is not as strong as a tiger. It is a positive degree. Here we have another sentence. No other boy in the class is as tall as Rahim. Dear girls, what is the degree in this sentence? As the adjective is tall and it is in positive, so it is in positive degree. If we want to make it comparative, what should we do? As we all know that the comparative form of tall is taller. So we can write the sentence in this way. Rahim is taller than all other boys in the class. Now, dear girls, look at the sentence. Here we have used taller instead of tall. And then we have added one more word, that is then. Always we have to use then after comparative degree, okay? And then we have used all other boys in the place of no other boy. And thus we can write it in comparative degree. Now, if you want to write it in superlative degree, what should you do? We all know that the superlative form of tall is tallest. So, we have to use tallest instead of tall. So, we can write the sentence in this way. Rahim is the tallest boy in the class. Here, one more thing. We always have to remember that we have to use the before the adjective of superlative degree, okay? So, the positive form is no other boy in the class is as tall as Rahim. Comparative form is Rahim is taller than all other boys in the class. And the superlative form is Rahim is the tallest boy in the class. Here we have another example, that is, few metals are as precious as gold. Dear girls, which is the form of adjectives in this sentence? The adjective is precious and it is in positive form. So, it's a positive degree. And if we want to make this sentence a comparative degree, what we have to do? We have to use more precious instead of precious. Okay. Now, you can write the sentence in this way. Gold is more precious than most other metals. Here, we have used more precious in the place of precious and we have added a then after the comparative form. And then, as we have few at the beginning of the sentence, at the beginning of the positive degree, we have to use most other after the comparative form. So, the sentence is gold is more precious than most other metals. Okay. Now, if we want to change it into superlative degree, what we have to do? As we all know, to make it superlative, we have to transform the adjective into superlative form. That is, precious, instead of precious, we have to write most precious. And we can write the sentence in this way. Gold is one of the most precious metals. Here, we have used most precious in the place of precious and we have added one of the because of these few metals. As in the positive form there are few metals, we have to add most other in the comparative form and one of the in the superlative form. So, the positive form is few metals are as precious as gold. In comparative form, gold is more precious than most other metals. In superlative form, gold is one of the most precious metals. And thus, we can change the sentences with few or very few into comparative and superlative forms. Students, now we have to do some exercises on degree of comparison. The first one, I think he is the fittest candidate, and you have to make it comparative. Second one, this pen writes better than yours. You have to make the sentence positive. The third one, Canada is colder than most other countries. You have to make it superlative. Fourth one, to remove poverty is the biggest challenge. You have to make it positive. And the fifth one, air pollution is the worst of any pollution. You have to make it comparative. Dear students, you have to do these exercises all by yourself, okay? Dear girls, now we have another activity and you have to do it as your homework. You have to complete the following text about a comparison between the rural life and urban life. Use comparative forms of adjectives in brackets. The passage is, many people say that those who live in the rural area are dash fortunate. They have dash pollution and dash fresh air. Their life is dash relaxed than that of the city people. Villages are also dash green than cities. Often cities are dash dirty than villages. But there are supporters of city life. They believe that city dwellers dash amenities than the rural people. It's true that city dwellers have dash freedom and social life, but they have dash facilities to enjoy. The houses and the malls are dash pretty in cities. Besides, cities have dash good hospitals, schools, restaurants. In fact, it depends on your choice which one is dash important to you. Dear students, you have to complete the passage using comparative forms in the gaps, and it is your homework for today. Dear students, this is all for today. But before ending the class, I would like to remind you again to follow the precautions. Wear masks when you are out and avoid crowd. Wash your hands frequently. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.